have Sarah Pendrod in studio with us right now.
Thank you.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm so glad to be here.
That's my favorite show on the Food Network. I love it.
So what got you into becoming a chef? When did you start doing this?
I feel like I've always done it. I was in theater, I was in acting and all these things, and then at night I would come home and cook. And so I ended up going to culinary school, but then right afterwards, you know, that's right when we shifted. Food became kind of like a new entertainment.
Yeah.
So I pretty quickly fell into that.
Were your parents big cooks and they let you get involved in the kitchen, or were they terrible cooks so you had to fend for yourself?
My whole family is in music and entertainment. So like my grandmother cooked, as any good Southern grandmother does.
Yeah.
But I watched that show on PBS, Great Chefs of the West, like since I was 2 years old. And I think it brainwashed me. And I watched Dean Fearing and all of them from Dallas just as I was growing up. And I think it kind of planted a seed.
How often do you, are you cutting and chopping and you catch your fingers? Does that happen to you a lot? 'Cause it happens to me quite a bit.
You know, it happens in culinary school.
Okay.
And then you slowly, you cut one finger at a time until you take this more of like your hand looks like a little spider when you're cooking.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, it happens to every chef. And then you learn your lesson. So I don't cut myself anymore.
Wow, so eventually I'll get over that cutting myself thing.
As long as you slowly cut all of your fingers, yeah.
What's the first thing you remember cooking as a little girl?
Probably chicken fried steak.
Wow.
The first thing?
Well, my grandmother always cooked fried pork chops.
Yeah.
And she was a part of one of those big churches where all the grandmothers were constantly cooking for the public and, you know, whatever. And so I remember her chicken fried steak, taco salad. They owned a couple of cafes when I was little in Denton. And so I think they just cooked what they liked because that's what I do. And what do we all like? Tex-Mex, chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Is that what you used for your audition when you tried out for the show? What was the dish? Because I always want.
You had to have a hook, right?
Right. So I did a book called The Urban Cowgirl while I was right after the show, and it was sort of like my modern take on Texas cuisine as a woman, as a Dallas girl. So it's a little bit more feminine than something that you'd see from like Tim Love or Dean Fearing or someone.
Awesome.
And so I think I've always kind of had that, and they are looking for who is this person, what's their brand. That's really important on the show. You always hear them say POV. That's what they're looking for. What makes you unique and individual.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you also have to have.
I got to make that.
Charisma's good, right? If you want to end up on TV.
Can we talk about these jalapeno cinnamon rolls?
Heck yeah!
Wait a minute!
How creative is this? Yeah.
That is my most popular. I do a YouTube channel too. That's my most popular recipe on YouTube, and people love it from the cookbook. Just taking stuff we love and just giving it a little dash of Dallas.
What's the one dish you've tried to make that just completely you tried and you're like no? Because I'm sure you tried things and you have to try it, and if you don't like it, you're not going to continue to make it, right? Have you had those?
Have I like majorly flubbed something?
Not flubbed it, but you tried it.
Maybe it sounded good in your head, but then executing it, no. Like jalapeno cinnamon rolls sounds like fail.
Right, it sounds fail.
Then you try,
but it's your most popular.
Hearing it, jalapenos with cinnamon sounds awful, but then it's
the
great.
pickled jalapeno.
Yes.
And then you have like the sweet. And so usually those two things go together really well.
Okay.
And then, I mean, it's not like a raw jalapeno, so it doesn't blow you away. They're just kind of embedded in there like little treasures.
Yeah, but what's something that sounded good? We were like, bleh.
No, it is good. I'm going to drop you by some.
No, I mean something else.
No, something.
Oh, right. So I don't think I've failed because I followed recipes when I was young. Cooking is a lot like music, okay?
Yeah.
I come from a musical family, so that's what I can compare it to. In the beginning, you play other people's, and you learn to do it really well. And then one day you just wake up, and then this new song starts coming out of you. And so
good analogy.
That is the same way that it is with chefs and professional cooks. So I can't say I've ever flubbed anything. I mean, I'm sure I have, like back when I was a kid. I don't remember.
Do chefs get accused of plagiarism?
Do you guys,
like stealing recipes
like comedians?
from each other?
Probably. I mean, I think that we've taken on this culture with the internet where it's more about providing for your audience. So you're going to have people who always have kind of similar dishes, but it's more about what you bring to it.
You put something else on to give it a little twist.
Yeah, a little twist or something. But I definitely think that all artists, borrow and get inspired, and that's a part of it. It's going to be similar.
If you want to catch Sarah, she's going to be on Food Network Star Comeback Kitchen. It premieres on the Food Network on Sunday, May 27th at 8 p.m. Central.
Awesome.
Anything we could do to help you, Sarah, to make sure you win?
Yeah, can we vote in any way?
I don't know. I don't know.
There might be some audience.
Come on my YouTube channel and we'll cook jalapeno cinnamon rolls together.
I'm gonna stalk Bobby Flay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make sure he lets
do it. We have a club.
All right.
All right.
Now we're gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure Sarah wins, and then we can come on your TV show when you get
Yeah.
Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
You could teach us how to cook something.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it.
Jalapeno cinnamon rolls.
That'll make it up for you not bringing food today.
Make her feel bad.
No, I will next time.
She will. No, you will.
Sure.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Oh, thanks, guys.